telling 60 Minutes, quote, "I think capturing or killing bin Laden is a critical aspect of stamping out al-Qaeda. He is not just a symbol, he is also the operational leader of an organization that is planning attacks against U.S. targets." Here now, former senior advisor to President Clinton and former White House Director of Strategic Planning and Communications, Bob Baer. Bob, good to talk to you. I mean, this is almost like this guy has vanished off the face of the earth.
Well, I think we have to consider he might be dead, in fact. You know, these tapes that have come out since, the last 7 years have all been very bad quality. Experts tell me you can manipulate these things. And there's been no sign of him. Why didn't he appear in the elections? That's what I expected.
If he is dead, I mean, why don't we know it, Bob? How hard is it to gather intelligence from the mountains of Afghanistan or Pakistan?
It's virtually impossible. I was just there in Peshawar. In those valleys up in those mountains, everybody knows each other. You can't send operatives up there. You can't even send Pakistanis up there. They'd be killed instantly.
Yeah.
So he could be in a grave, and they're pretending he's alive to lead this phantom movement.
And you make a good point, Bob, because, I mean, let's face it, we're talking this $25 million reward still stands unclaimed in the poorest country on earth. If anybody had a modicum of information, they would at least probably try to turn it over, right?
Yeah, or he's just so far at the bottom of a cave, he's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I think what we have to consider is we actually beat bin Laden the last 7 years. There's no victory parades, but I think we did beat him.
But we go after him. I mean, is it important that we still continue to go after him until we find out that he is, in fact, dead? If he is, do we have to go after him?
Well, for political reasons, Obama can't stop the hunt for him. He just can't. Because if somebody blows himself up in a New York mall at Christmas time, he'll spend the next 4 years explaining why he wasn't more vigilant.
What you're saying he has to go after, he cannot go after?
No, he has to pretend to go after him. I don't think.
Well, why can't he catch him? I mean, that's like saying, oh, well, we fear catching him because if we catch him, then oh my God, they're going to be so mad at us. Al Qaeda's going to be angry at us. We don't care, right?
Well, it's more like he's got to put 1 million troops into uniform to go up into those mountains in Pakistan to really beat the Bushes, and he's not ready to do that. But he has to go through the motions of doing it, and that's the political point.
I know the ramifications you just brought up, but wouldn't it be a huge psychological boon to this country to actually capture or kill Osama Bin Laden?
Oh, I think it'd be brilliant if we could get this guy and put him in chains and bring him back and put him on trial, a civil trial here, and let everybody know that, describe the murderer he is. And he is a mass murderer.
Yeah.
And has done no good for anybody.
I know he is a mass murderer, Bob. I got about 10 seconds left. Is he a symbolic leader? Do you still think that if he is alive, he plays a part in the operational aspects of al-Qaeda?
We're going to always have people killing themselves in his name. Yes, he's a symbolic leader of a...
Bob Baer, good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Very interesting.